The following program is an original Rcotsl podcast.
Welcome. I am your host, Nelson Dones, and we are coming to you live from the Rcotsl studios. But we got a twist this week. This week, we're doing the Borinquen edition. The Borinquen Softball League have been in existence since the 1970s, many years ago. We have two guests live in our studio today. He's a 2018-2019 champion. He's also the manager of Team Cora, Lorenzo Flores Jr. We also have the president of the Borinquen Softball League, or maybe he's the former president, Jose Cora. So we'll be right back with one of our guests, Lorenzo Flores Jr. Welcome back. We are live in the Rcotsl studio, and in studio live we have the 2018 Team Cora and the 2019 that Team Cora manager and champion, Lorenzo Flores Jr. Lorenzo, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you having me.
Thank you for being here. So tell us about Lorenzo. Who is Lorenzo? What kind of ball player is Lorenzo? What kind of manager is he?
Well, for the last 2 seasons, I really haven't played much. I've been dedicated to running the team. I was asked to take over the team while the previous owner became president of the league. So, I put together a decent little team. Felt that we had an opportunity to win. Ended up picking up some players a week or two before the season started, and we just took off from there. Won the first championship, came back 3-0 against the Rays, and then 3-1 against the Renegades. Won the first championship.
And I got to tell you, I remember those times because, that was the last year that I played. And, congratulations to us when we came back in all those games. So, Team Cora was well put together. Good job, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, 2019, you guys kind of changed the name a little bit from Team Cora to that Team Cora. But you guys merged with another team. How did that merge come about? How did it all come together?
Actually came about right here in your studio. We had a few guys decide last minute that they were going to go in a different direction. We lost 4 key players that we already knew were, going to go to another team. And so it pretty much left us with 5-6 players. From there, we linked up with Cora, and from there, he had 8 players, and we just put it all together. I mean, it turned into, we had a great team.
And here we go again. You're down again in the playoffs.
Down again, 3-1, playing you boys. People didn't give us a lot of people didn't give us a chance. Same as the previous year. I wasn't worried about it though. I felt that I had the better team. I felt that we were put together better. So, back to back champs.
I got to tell you that when I was part of Team Cora in 2018, we had 2 series that were unbelievable. And, me watching from the sidelines in 2019, that Team Cora and Julia boys had a really great series because it was like player for player. You guys were, equal,
Yes. Yep.
So, that the series was amazing. It was an amazing series. So
I think it was probably one of the best series in last couple years. It was definitely player for player. We matched up well with them. I think, the deciding factor there was we had guys who had played the previous year down 3-1, as opposed to they basically had the team that we beat 3-1. So they had that in their mind while we're just relaxing, getting ready to play. We ain't got nothing to lose. They're up 3-1. We're down 3-1. We lose, we go home. They got to finish us off. It didn't happen that way.
So tell me about your championship series MVP. Eddie Veloz, everybody knows him as Johnny. He's the catcher of that Team Cora. How was it having that spark that became an MVP in that championship series and helped you win?
I mean, Johnny's unbelievable. From the 2018 season, we knew he was the heart. He's the heart of our team. 2019 comes, same thing. But now we're in the championship. Last year, he became more vocal. He took over the huddles. I didn't do much as far as having to rile guys up because before I could say anything, he's already there talking. And he's my 10th hitter. I said he made one out. The whole game 5, 6, and 7, he made one out, hitting in the 10 hole. So, it was pretty incredible. I think he had 13, 14 hits.
So your 10th hitter in the lineup turned into your MVP of the series.
Correct.
That's amazing. Amazing story.
You don't even see the other half of it, him catching, him dictating the game from behind the plate. Actually, he, throwing guys out, big plays, throwing guys out, ending innings. So, he's evolved. People will see him and say, it's just another regular player on that team. But he's the heart of Team Kodo, or the originals, however you want to go about it.
That's awesome. So let's change it a little bit here. So in 2018, when Team Kodo won, you, along with the president of the league, Jose Cora, Tutti, everybody knows him as Tutti, you guys challenge the defending champions of Los Amigos Softball League in Hartford. They are right now, as they stand, the three-peat champions. You guys decide to challenge them in 2018, and they accept the challenge. And a week later, Team Kodo goes out to Hartford and plays 3 games. What was that day like for you?
It was cold, man. It was like 30 degrees out there.
It was freezing. I was playing, so it was freezing.
It was breezy. It was a great day. We also had 3 great games.
By the way, shout out to the 3-time champions, the Dodgers from the Los Amigos Softball League. Shout out to them. Great guys, great team, 3-time champions.
So, as I was saying, we had 3 great games. The third game ended a bit of controversy. They had bases loaded, no outs. We start shifting players, moving guys around. They come up, tying run on third base. Go ahead. Actually, the winning run on third base with no outs, and they couldn't get it done. So we sat there, come off the field. Now we're amped up, ready to go. We know the game is in our pocket. All the momentum swings our way. They can't turn the lights on over there for 45 minutes. So it had to end in a tie. We had to wait till this past season. They came down here, and they did. They gave it to us. They definitely came out here to play.
So game 3 ends at 10-10, no lights. You guys communicate again. You guys come back, or actually they come down to Bridgeport this time. They come down to where the Borinquen League plays, and they play Team Kodo.
Yes.
That one game. So pretty much it's game 4, which is pretty much the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and Team Kodo got spanked.
Well, let's be honest. When we played Hartford, that third game, we get the 3 outs. We come off the field. We're getting ready to hit. It's no lights for 45 minutes. As soon as we said, man, we're going back home. It's cold. We waited 30, 40 minutes now. We haven't played. The lights turned on.
Okay.
So anybody who is here knows that. So
okay, but regardless of the fact, they came down and they did their thing.
Oh, they did.
Shout out to them.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Lots of props to them because they came out and they put it on us.
Oh yeah, they have a great team. They have a really good team, good group of guys. Cool actually. We go back and forth on Facebook all the time. They're us in their league. Everybody's always gunning for them. Before they started winning, it's the same case with us. Before we started winning, people were still gunning for us. We were the team to beat without us winning. Now that we're on top, now everybody's gunning. It's the same thing with them. And they're close-knit. We've put this team together maybe 6, 7 years now. We've all been together, same team. They've been together a couple years now as well. So, basically, it's a mirror of the same team.
Well, listen, congratulations, like I said, on 2018 and 2019. And we're going to go to a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll have the president, or the former president, Jose Cora, Tutti, in studio. back live in studio. He is the president. Maybe he's not the president. We'll find out in a second. Of the Borinquen Softball League, Jose Cora. Everybody knows him as Tuti. Tuti, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Good. So, before we go into all the details for this year, you became president in 2018 of the Borinquen Softball League. How did that all come about? You know, how did you get interested in that? How do you think your first year went as president?
It came down to, it was a position where we had like a, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to disrespect previous presidents or nothing, but it was a down year. And the year that I took over, it went only down to 3 teams. A lot of people wasn't interested in coming back. They didn't know something. So, I brought all the managers together to have a meeting, took them out to breakfast. We all had a meeting. And I spoke and I said, listen, I don't have a lot of knowledge on how to do the stuff, but I believe I can help bring teams back. So I said, with y'all blessings, I would like to try, being I'm still a manager of Team Kodo, the owner of that team. And everyone agreed. And we started the first year. I think my first year was really cool, smooth. I try to bring back having fun to the park. You know what I mean? I didn't. That was my first and most important thing to do, is bring back having fun on Sundays. And then, we went from there. I think the second year was just as good. I changed the pitching style because that was one of the reasons why teams left. So I tried to bring back a different pitching style to see if teams came in. And it worked pretty good.
Awesome. So what is 2020 bringing for the Borinquen Softball League? Tell us a little bit about that.
2020, what I'm trying to, as of right now, it doesn't look like I am going to be the president. And the only reason is because, usually when you're the president, you can't really own a team. It's
controversy.
Yeah, controversies and stuff like that. And one thing I don't want to do is lose my team. I love my team too much. And with the way that and the pace that Lorenzo got it going, we're winning championships. So, not leaving that. But I am putting everything in place. I spoke with all the managers and told them, listen, let's do this. Let's all of us run the league like we used to. We decide what we need to decide for this league to go forward. And, we can make it happen with us. We don't really need a top person to come in, because all we're going to do is keep going backwards. We're trying to move forward and we keep going backwards. We're trying to find the right leadership. And as of right now, we don't know. No disrespect to anyone, but that's just, and we all said, okay, and we all agreed on it. So, we brought some older things back, trying to bring teams in. You know what I mean? So we changed the pitching from chata, the way we had it, brought it back to modified pitching, back to single wall bats. We brought back the prize earnings for champions, for second place teams and stuff like that, trying to get interest of teams for the future.
Okay, so tell me about something. You've had your team, it was first called the Originals.
Mm-hmm.
You've had it for a good amount of years now.
9.
9 years now. So how did you go from having the Originals to having Team Kodo, obviously managed by Lorenzo Flores Jr.?
Well, a good friend of ours, a lot of us that play, passed away, and before he passed, we had a lot of interest and he wanted to play with us. He wasn't originally on the Originals, but he played with us in the fall league, or in the spring league when that was going on. And so when that happened, we was all it was a real bad time. So what we used to do was we're Team Kodo to honor him around the time of his death. And I think it was like 3 years ago where I just decided to say, hey, man, let's just stay with Team Kodo right now. And so we just rocked off like that. I asked his father, and his father gave me the permission and the blessing to do it for as long as I wanted to do it. And so we've been doing it ever since.
So what's happening in 2020?
2020, as far as the team?
As far as the Team Kodo.
2020, we're gonna win another championship. Lorenzo.
That's a bold statement.
It is, man. But let me tell you something, man. In 2018, when Lorenzo told me what he had, I told him, this is our year. He agreed. And we rocked out, and it came about our year. And then last year, I called him, and I told him, hey, man, the guys that left, don't sweat it, man. We're going to do this, and we're going to win the championship. Watch. And we won it. And right now, I stand here in this camera, and I'm going to tell you, we're going to win the championship.
Bold statement. So, the Borinquen Softball League is about to go into its 50th year.
Absolutely.
2020 is year number 50 for the Borinquen League.
Absolutely.
What does that mean to you? Obviously, being a former, maybe possible, still president, because you're still running some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It's especially me being in the position I am at this time, being at this 50, because I really truly love this league. That's why I wanted to run it, because I don't want to see the league fold at all. And time go by, I started getting smarter with how to do things better. And one thing I spoken with you about the 50th year, man, we got to do opening day real big, show the whole state that the Borinquen League is one of the best leagues in the States, always has been and still is,
Without a doubt.
And so it's a big thing for me, man. And I with the blessing of God and and the support of former players and players from now, man, we make opening day really big, you know what I mean?
That's awesome. So with that said, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have Lorenzo Flores Jr. and Jose Cora Tutti in studio together. We'll be right back.
My name is Max Zayas from the Zayas Law Firm. My father, Richard Zayas, and I have dedicated more than 25 years to representing people and families when they or a loved one have been injured. These cases are not as easy as people think. They are a puzzle made up of the law, defenses, medicine, and how insurance companies operate. Let us solve that puzzle for you, and we do not charge unless we recover for you.
Zayas Law Firm for accidents and medical negligence.
We're back. We are live in studio. Lorenzo Flores Jr., Jose Cora Tutti. So tell me, guys, what is 2020 bringing for you? What is 2020 bringing for your team? What is 2020 bringing for the league? Whoever wants to start first.
Okay.
I mean, for me, it's automatic. We looking for a three-peat. Don't matter who brings who. It don't matter who links up. We trying to go for the three-peat. I mean, if you ain't playing here to win championships, what you playing for?
So let me ask you a question. I was actually requested to ask you this question. Who did you learn how to play softball from?
Well, listen, you always got to go with your. If your pops play, pops got to be number one. No matter what, pops got to be number one.
All right.
When pops wasn't the fastest, he wasn't. He wasn't the greatest hitter.
You know he's gonna watch this,
best
right?
Power. Hey,
you know he's gonna watch this, right?
He knows he's best. Listen, that man could hit the right field line like nobody ever seen. All around, I grew up watching guys. My first year, I played with a young team. Played with the Polluelos. That was my first full season. The year before, I played like 10 games with Bayamon. A couple older guys, but I really didn't know who they were. Then I played with Polluelos. He had a young team, Gabe, Macho Me, a couple other guys. The year I left, I went to go play with Rio Grande. I played with old man Alex, as we call him now.
Hall of Famer. Alex Paris.
I played with him. Learned a lot. I mean, he knows it wasn't easy. Because he used to ride, he rode me, but I understood. He was only trying to make me better. I mean, when I was younger, there wasn't a better player to watch. I mean, I got to see him. It was great. Junie, saw Rcotsl. When Rcotsl had the mullet. 160-pound Rcotsl with the mullet. And Alex up on through, which was probably when he was, I think, 18, 19, great, you know. But as far as learning how to go about playing every game, always wanting to win, I get a lot of that from Alex.
Awesome. 2020, what's it bringing for the league?
Man, I hope I'm just hoping that we have a really good year. Everyone has fun. That's just, again, I try to stress that the most. We just gotta have fun, you know, less of the bickering, and just enjoy our Sundays, because that's, you know, it's a day off. We want to enjoy it. So everybody come to the park, have a good time, and let's play ball, and let's bring back the old feel, so that way the league grows, you know, in the future. And as far as the team Cotto, man, like you said, 3P, you know what I'm saying? And taking down those Dodgers too.
Ooh. Shots fired.
Bah.
Well, you heard it here first. Lorenzo Flores Jr., Jose Cora, 2018-2019 champions of the Borinquen League. I got 2018. I was part of that one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.